Now, I went to a Vajrayogini temple a long, long time ago. It is very near Naropa and Tilopa's cave, but they have a few caves where they meditate. And it's called Pamo Nachu. And what it is that from someone who prayed there and meditated on Vajrayogini, a fissure in the ground opened up, and one spring came forth. So the person who meditated there recognized that as Vajrayogini's presence. That fissure represents Vajrayogini's secret private lotus, and the liquid that comes out is her divine nectar that blesses, purifies, and enhances one's spiritual practice. So on that place, they had built a Vajrayogini mandala, silver, and a well base on top. So from the well base, water emits forth naturally from the bottom. No one drilled. They couldn't drill hundreds of years ago anyway. There's no rivers or nothing nearby. So I went to that temple. They do not let foreigners in at all. Last time I had to beg my way in with a bunch of monks and we went in. So that temple is very nearby, Naropa and Tilopa's cave. Creation comes out of a powerful female. Spiritual enlightenment is also born from a female. So taking birth out of a female in spiritual tantric terms is not a physical rebirth. It is Mother Vajrayogini giving us birth from an ordinary person to that of an enlightened being. So it's very, very powerful. Okay? Naropa came from Pataliputra. You don't have that in your book. Don't even write it. It's recorded so you can get the CD. You just focus and listen. Naropa came from Pataliputra of a mixed caste parentage, because there are 4 castes. His father was a liquor seller, one of the lowest castes. And when the time came to follow his father's profession, Naropa rejected it and went into the forest to become a wood gatherer. Even there, his restless, seeking soul gave him no rest. One evening, he chanced to hear the tales of the great sage Tilopa. Someone was talking about this great master, the great Buddhist master Tilopa. Then and there, he decided Tilopa is his guru, and he will not rest until he found him and to receive Dharma from him. So the minute he heard Tilopa's name, faith was born, and he said, I'm going to follow him, and I'm going to find him. So what he did was, he gathered a lot of wood. He gathered quite a lot of wood, and he procured a little bit of money from selling the wood, and he bought himself a deer skin, and he bought himself some walking sticks and some items to go off to Vishnu Nagar in search of the great master Tilopa, walking. And so what happened was, one day when he reached his destination, he was dismayed to learn that the great sage had recently just left. No one knew where he went. No one knew what happened to him or what direction. No one knew. But Naropa was undaunted. He set off on a journey that would last for the next few years, walking the length and breadth of India, up and down, and east and west, north and south. And everywhere he went in India, walking up and down for the next few years, any hint of Naropa, any hint of Tilopa, any hint of this master, he will go that direction. And he will go to this village and ask, where is Tilopa? He will go to this city and ask, where is Tilopa? And he would beg his way along the way, and he would look and look and look, undaunted. And never did he once say, I give up, or I'm not going to find my guru. And he walked up and down looking for his guru. One day, in the heat, in the windless air, Naropa was sitting under a tree and thinking what's his next step and how to find, and trying to get some news of this great master. And Naropa was on the road to nowhere in particular, and he chanced to see a figure approaching him. In the hazy distance. For no discernible reason, for no identifiable reason, his heart leaped to his throat, and he added as if it had a mind of its own. And he ran down to the unrecognizable master. He ran down there, and he prostrated himself in the ground. He circumambulated the master, and he got on his knees, and he says, you are my guru, and I have searched for you for years. Please take me as your disciple to serve you, to go begging for you, to find the food for you, to make your resting place, to follow you, and please teach me the Dharma. Tilopa took one look at him, took his walking stick and thrashed him soundly and beat him up and told Naropa, I have never seen you. I hope never to see you again. I am not your guru, and you are not my disciple, and don't be so presumptuous. Stay away from me. And he gave him another thrashing with a stick, and he walked away. If it happened to us, Bukhi Aman would have been reported to, and Tsem Rinpoche would have been behind bars. Undaunted, Naropa folded his hands and said, oh, my first blessing. How kind my guru is to remove my negative karma. Oh, this is my guru. I found him. And then, for the next 12 years, Naropa followed Tilopa at a distance. And every day he would go to the villages, beg for food 3 times a day. So Naropa would bring it near and give it to Tilopa. And then run away quickly so he doesn't get a beating. And then his guru would eat the food, and then he'd leave some leftovers. And then when his guru finished, went to sleep or walked away, Naropa would come and take the scraps, put it on his head, and eat up the scraps. He would quietly wash his guru's plates. He would quietly wash his guru's clothes, and he would leave it there. The guru never talked to him, never even asked, what's your name, for 12 years. So he followed Tilopa everywhere. He didn't get one single word of Dharma. Not one single word. He did not get one single smile. His guru never even asked him, what is your name? Where are you from? What is your background? He never gave him anything. So Naropa begged food for his guru for 12 years, cleaned and washed, prepared his leaf bedding outside in a forest, followed him and traveled at a distance so some more he doesn't get a beating. And that went on for 12 years. Not once did Tilopa speak to him. Toward the end of the 12th year, they chanced upon a village celebrating the wedding feast of a wealthy man's daughter. The generous host had provided the guests with 84 different types of curry. One of the dishes was a delicacy so rare and so exquisite that one taste would make you believe you had dined with the gods. So when they chanced upon a village, there was music. Like we saw yesterday, there was music and dancing celebration, just like that, with horns and cymbals. And it was incredible because then they were at the village. And Naropa went to the wedding to beg for food. And when you have a wedding or a special function, when a sadhu or meditation person or a monk comes to beg, it is a great honor to give food to them because it brings luck to the bride and groom. It's a very great occasion. So they gave him some curries. He brought it back to Tilopa, and Tilopa ate the curries and said, this is so delicious. And Tilopa was licking his fingers. So, what did they eat with their hands? Indian people? Yum, yum. This curry is so good. Yummy, yum, yum. Where did you get this curry from? My son. And Naropa went, I'm not kidding. What did your eminence say? Oh, I like the curry. And he was smacking his lips as he's saying, where did you get this curry? I love it. Yum, yum. 12 years. First time, that's the first thing he said to him. The curry is good. So Naropa was, it says in the text, he reached like one level of Misatra. He was so happy. He was like, so the first thing he said is, I'm going to get more curry. So he brought it back, the same thing happened. He was licking his fingers, he was smacking his lips, and he was really happy. And Naropa went back another time, brought it back, went another time. By the 5th time, Naropa was a little uncomfortable. So he kind of sheepishly went to the wedding, and he was like, oh my God. And they were like, what kind of something was this? Who has such a big stomach? They suspected maybe he has a family and he's posing as a holy man to get free food. They really thought that. And they said, oh, they gave it to him because the way they don't want to be inauspicious to refuse a mendicant or a holy man or a sadhu. So he brought it back. And he gave it to Guru. And you see, before he went, he was very humiliated. He was very embarrassed. And Naropa had his ego like, I'm going to lose my reputation. And it's going to spread all over the place. I can't beg anymore. I won't get any more food. And how am I going to do this? And it's really humiliating. Oh, it's incredible. And he says, let me just get it, whatever, out of my ego. That's literally what he had, the inner vow, walking the 5th time. Then, when he came back, the Tilopa, his guru, ate and finished the curry and said, my son, you have served me so well for 12 years. And you have not given up. And you have been very diligent. You have not generated anger. And you have followed me. I will reward you now. I mean, Naropa couldn't believe it. Naropa immediately prostrated to his guru in the dirt, circumambulated his guru, offered some flowers, and he sat down at his guru's feet with great reverence. Tilopa, being such a high practitioner, he drew a Vajrayogini mandala in the dirt. He initiated him into Vajrayogini's practice. And he says, now you know me anymore, and you will go. So Naropa was sent to a cave to meditate. Not 6 years, not 12 years, not 1 lifetime, not 10 lifetime, not 12 or 14 lifetime. Within 6 months, he had visions of Vajrayogini. Within 6 months, he can communicate with Vajrayogini. Within 6 months, he gained Maha Mudra Siddhi. Chakya Chandra means he's attained full realization of emptiness and gained liberation within 6 months. After he has received that, attainment, he had a vision of Vajrayogini. Originally, he practiced Vajrayogini in the form of Vajrayogini. And Vajrayogini is like this, we're going to see today. He meditated on this form, okay, with a color right here. After he achieved her Mahamudra Siddhi, he had a vision of her like this. And she talked to him directly, she communicated directly, and she initiated him again to this practice. So from Naropa's lineage comes Naropa or Naropa Dakini. Naropa Dakini is the Dakini according to the vision of Naropa. And in Tibet, Sakya and Tilopas follow this school and follow this version 100%, because Naropa is famous for his attainments within 6 months. And immediately from his body, like a polished mirror, rays of light went many Johannas kilometers, I guess, into the distance and from his cave. So Naropa is the first lineage master of the Naropa Dakini lineage, of which all the Buddhist masters of this world who confer Vajrayogini are following that lineage. So we're going to go to the cave now of the great Mahasiddha, Naropa, and Tilopa. And why do we go to the cave? Why? We go to the cave to pray to them, to thank them for spreading this lineage, and to ask them to bless us that we may accomplish what they accomplished. May we have great Guru devotion, and may we also be nurtured by Vajrayogini's holy presence, just like you, Naropa, and Tilopa. The story of Naropa and Tilopa is much longer and much greater. I'll give you a synopsis. So we're going to go to that cave. To you, it's just a cave, but that's where these great masters meditated and became enlightened. So for the last 1,000 years, people have gone to these locations to pray and to make pilgrimage. And they have cemented it up and they have fixed it up because it's dilapidated, but that's that spot. So when we go there, please pray to Naropa and ask him, bless me to have Guru devotion just like you, Naropa. Bless me to be able to practice like you, Naropa. And bless me that I may remove my ego like you have removed on the last time you got curry for your master. Please pray like that. Wonderful. This is the great Master Tilopa. Great Vajrayogini practitioner. This is the great Master Naropa. And forever he is credited for bringing the Naropa Dakini, Naropa culture of Vajrayogini lineage to the world. wash the clothes, get arms clean, and to basically to live in seclusion and quiet. We must recreate this in TKL. I rejoice all of you have come here. Daso.
Daso jini sopagewadi tananu angulanga padang jeva jesu no sangkapai tambenyo murenu sasisho.
Janchu.
Janchu senjo Rinpoche mage panang tikichi devanya mamevaya toni ngomu gawaso.
Tony.
Toni kawa Rinpoche mage panang tikichi devanya mamevaya toni ngomu gawaso.
Kiawan.
Kewadi yunuda lama sangi kune kawa jikya mameva te sabato vaso. 最近叫我公告吧，处处能把给他，对着长话西话当，对你妈的长话说，大道心里都是他，给我注意了的人，要我路上的怀疑，天马有点把就是。
刚立的。
刚立让为各位信仰的，本来给我马路给我的，现在希望在新疆受益，消费是对吧？都得有。